Hello everyone and welcome to our latest Whirlwind Heights Forecast Center updates. And in today's forecast, I'm going to discuss a lot. We have an action-packed forecast ready to go. First of all, we have significant severe weather on the way for the Ohio Valley. This will lead to several tornadoes, including a couple strong tornadoes. This will lead to very significant damaging wind gusts up to 7, maybe 80 miles per hour. We also have very large hail on the way. Okay, this is going to be a very significant severe weather event, and this severe weather is going to shift to the mid-Atlantic eventually, posing another risk of significant severe weather in the mid-Atlantic. We also have to talk about a big heat wave that's been happening in the Great Plains for the longest time. It originated from Arkansas and Louisiana. It went into Texas and then went up into the Great Plains. And it's been doing some insane stuff. It has just been absolutely hot, and this is expected to continue. We've been talking about this heat wave forever. We've been talking about it before any other weather forecaster has been talking about it. I mean, it's just an insane heat wave that's been going on basically forever. It's the longest. It's one of the longest periods I'm going to be talking about, a singular heat wave. We also have critical fire risk there in the Pacific Northwest, where we can see where conditions are favorable for wildfires. We're going to show you the areas that are under the gun there during this forecast, and those that need to be ready just in case you need to evacuate. We're also talking about a tropical storm that is anticipated to make impacts on Hawaii, where we could see some significant storm surge and flooding. Okay? I mean, I've not seen very many tropical storms impact Hawaii in any big way. Correct me if I'm wrong here. And we also have a very strong hurricane that's forming in the Pacific Ocean just out west of Mexico that is expected to become incredibly strong. I'm not sure what the intensity is expected to be right now, but I know that it's at least expected to become a Category 4 hurricane from the last time I checked. So without much more to talk about in this very long intro, let's roll the forecast. Alright guys, and I'm going to begin with the outlooks for severe weather today, starting off with today, which is a slight risk of severe weather for northeastern Nebraska, southeastern South Dakota, northern Iowa, and generally across the Midwest, where we have a 2% tornado risk for the Midwest, so generally extremely low tornado risk. Our wind risk is a 15% CIG1. We have a 15% CIG1 hail risk as well. So that's your risk for today. So generally, I mean, it's a significant day of severe weather. Tomorrow, though, could be much worse. Right now, it's a 2% tornado risk for the Ohio Valley, but, I mean, this thing could be higher. It is, right now, our wind risk is a 30%, and if this gets any hatching at all, then this is going to be upgraded to an enhanced risk of severe weather. There's a 15% for Wisconsin there, too, and then, yeah, that's your day 2 outlook. Right now, it's very conservative, and then here's your day 3 outlook for the Mid-Atlantic, and North Carolina is included in that as well, Eastern Tennessee and stuff, and then that's your probabilistic, and then there's not much I see after this. Alright, so, yeah. Let's go to our relative humidity. Wind and relative humidity, which is what's triggering our fire risk. And for today, we have a critical fire risk, 1 for here, northeastern California, northwestern Nevada, southern Oregon, and there's another critical fire risk for northern Montana. And those two are connected by an elevated fire risk. So if you're anywhere in the red zone, you probably need to be aware and be careful with any lighters. And honestly, I'd be ready just in case you have to evacuate. I'm not saying you have to do it yet. I'm just saying be ready. I'm not a person who has to trigger evacuations. I'm not doing that. That's not what I'm trying to say here. Do not put my word into it that don't evacuate unless authorities are telling you to, but just be ready just in case you do, because I mean it is a critical fire risk. And then we have a 15% or no, an elevated fire risk for Idaho, north and some about the same areas, just south here. As you can see here, and again here in northeastern California, northwestern Nevada, southern Oregon, and Idaho. Let's go to our let's go to our excessive rainfall outlooks. We do have a slight risk today for South Carolina and Savannah, Georgia, but there's not much I see after that. There is a slight risk here in the Northeast for our Day 3 outlook, and then Day 4. Oh, we actually have a little bit of a significant flooding event coming to the Northeast here. So, guys, be ready here in the Northeast. We'll continue to update you on that. But, yeah, that's that. Now let's go to our significant temperatures. I'm going to go to NAM here. Let's go to our temperatures. Let's start off with our actual temperatures over the next couple of days. Alright, here's what it's looking like right now. Which, a lot of the extreme heat is sitting here in Nebraska and South Dakota, as well as Kansas, where we have widespread temperatures around 105 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit, even though I wouldn't rule out pockets of 115 degrees Fahrenheit. Alright, and then alright, here is another day, which, yeah, as you can see, it's gonna be pretty dang hot. It's gonna shift. It looks like it would be shifting back down to the south here, and continuing to pose a heat here to Oklahoma and Texas is as it slowly begins to weaken. But, like, guys, it has been an incredible heat wave. Absolutely insanity. It's also very hot here in the very southwest. Like, we're talking temperatures up to 115 degrees in isolated locations. But, like, I'd say you guys are used to this. It's kind of, it happens every once in a while. Kind of this kind of heat here. Nothing unusual here. But this heat wave here in the Great Plains is kind of crazy. I mean, with the extreme temperatures. Let's go to our apparent temperatures here. And it's actually there's a lot of heat over here along the Mississippi River Valley here, where we can see widespread temperatures from 105 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. There's also a lot of heat up here in South Dakota and Nebraska. And as you can see, that's going to shift to the south here. And it is going to get pretty dang hot. This is our apparent temperatures, so kind of like our feel-like temperatures here. Yeah, we're talking pockets up to 115 degrees Fahrenheit. So obviously, it is a very significant heat wave that's on the way. And this heat is just going to continue going back down to the south. Like, this thing moved west, and now it's moving. I mean, this thing literally moved west, then moved north, and is now moving back to the south. This thing doesn't know where to go. Like, unless it's like a new heat wave sparking up. These areas were just impacted by this heat wave. But, as you can see here, it is a significant heat wave that's on the way. But we have a major hurricane that's on the way here in the Pacific Ocean. But before I get to that, let's talk about this. Let's go to satellite here, and as you can see, there is a there is a hurricane out here right now. Very disorganized, let's say. But it could reorganize here for Hurricane Fausto, which is expected to make impacts on Hawaii. The models here are keeping it further and further away from Hawaii, but this could still make impacts on Hawaii, guys. And if it turns back to the south, if it makes unexpected movements, then it really could go into Hawaii and cause some pretty significant damage. So I would be ready if you're in Hawaii for this, and be ready for flooding, be ready for coastal flooding, It's expected to weaken back down to a tropical storm. I don't know when, because this doesn't give us dates, but I'd say here in a few days it's going to weaken back down to a tropical storm. But, like, if this path shifts a bit to the south, then this could make serious impacts on Hawaii. And even if it doesn't, it can still make impacts on Hawaii. So, guys, I'd be ready, if you're in Hawaii, guys, for a more significant impact than what not very many people are trying to talk about. But right here is a lot more concerning. This right here is Hurricane Geneva, which is expected to intensify to a Category 4 hurricane by, tomorrow morning. So it's going to rapidly intensify. Right now it's like a Category 1 or Category 2. It's already super organized, and it's about to rapidly intensify. It's going to intensify to up to, around 144 plus miles per hour. It's definitely absolutely upscaled. And honestly, at this point, I'm not even rolling out a Category 5 hurricane, okay? So if you live here on the west coast of Mexico, you need to be ready for this. This is a absolutely dangerous hurricane. The GFS was originally showing this literally almost making landfall on Baja, California. It has now shifted more to the south, but has also made this a lot more dangerous of a hurricane. So if you're traveling through this area, you need to either delay your plan or make a different route. You do not need to be flying through these conditions, okay? Because this is a very dangerous storm out here in the Pacific Ocean that could easily become a major hurricane. It's expected to become a major hurricane. And honestly, I wouldn't even rule out a Category 5 hurricane. This thing the winds of this hurricane will probably go up to be at least that of an EF3 tornado. So, it's obviously a very strong hurricane that's on the way. So if you're taking a plane, a ship through this area, delay your plan or make a different route, okay? That's literally the two options you have. You cannot go through this area. Alright, guys, well, that will be it for today's forecast. So, if you enjoyed today's forecast, leave a like down below. You can share this forecast to all those who are under the gun for significant severe weather. You don't have to. I'm not forcing you to, but I'd appreciate it. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one.